It's finally time to talk about everyone's favourite TERF, Rose McGowan. She recently did a video for Big Think called Hollywood Cult. I'm going to have a bit of a problem discussing this video because I'm not entirely sure what the point of the video was. She just kinda says a bunch of random stuff to get her point across, and at the end of the video you're left none the wiser as to what that point actually is. So I'll do my best to argue against or make fun of her points if I can figure out what they actually are.
The thing we should do with people who create art that have done terrible things. Well, if you found out the head of Johnson & Johnson was a serial rapist that everybody at Johnson & Johnson knew, one way or another, would you still buy that baby powder? Sorry, your heroes are going away. Wah. There are more important things to do, okay? Sorry, bummer for you. Wah.
I'm fairly certain that no one considers the CEO of Johnson & Johnson their hero. I don't think he's done anything at all to warrant that. My heroes are George Carlin for his amazing contributions to modern comedy, William Wallace for teaching us to stick up for ourselves and fight for our nation, and Alex Gorski, the CEO of Johnson & Johnson, for soothing nappy rash.
The construct of society, the raping and killing of women, there's a channel called ID. It's devoted to 24 hours a day of sexualizing murder victims. Okay? Stop it. Stop it, stop it, stop it. That's my message. Just knock it off.
Would you like a delicious vinaigrette to go along with that word salad?
Wah, you don't get to like Woody Allen. Oh, what a big, huge loss for you. I'm sure that compares to the girl who's just been raped that now feels like she wants to hang herself from her balcony, right? Because that really balances out. So when people bitch about that, sorry, bummer for you.
Not really, I don't give a fuck about Woody Allen.
You don't watch Birth of a Nation, do you? Probably not, because you know it's racist.
A lot of things from way back in the early 1900s were racist, but viewing such content still serves a very important purpose. Those who forget the past, etc.
So in time, these people would be looked at like that. My job, and others' jobs at work in kind of what I'm doing, is to put an asterisk next to these assholes' names for all time. And if people want to cry about not getting to like somebody they liked when they're kids, well, get a fucking bigger problem.
Here's the thing, Rose. You are not the arbiter of who people can and cannot like. Sure, sometimes people might like someone who's a piece of shit, and you're completely entitled to criticise them for that. But at the end of the day, you have no fucking say in who we like. For example, I personally like people who put thoughts in their place, which is why I'm such a huge fan of Ted Bundy.
It's not that complicated, people. It's really not. It's really not. It's easy. Read a different book. That's it.
Might I recommend this one?
I have so many people fighting me because they want to stay in the system.
It's actually because you want to control everyone's behaviour in an authoritarian manner, but obviously we're the problem.
The system benefits a 0.0001%. My ultimate goal is smashing the 99 and the 1%. That's what I'm here for.
Smashing the 99 and the 1%. So the 100%. You want to smash everyone.
And I'm here to do that through thought and raising women up. And yes, in Children of God, the cult I was born into, and again, someone's like, oh, they make a big deal of the cult. I'm like, I would be talking about Ohio if that happened to be my life. That just was not. But that's a cult too. And I think you all know it.
What?
That's the thing. They're like, oh, it's so weird how you grew up. I think it's weird how you live.
Just because I like to get high on painkillers and beat my meat to traps on Chatterbait doesn't make me weird. Cheeky bitch.
And I think it's tragic. Because by 10%, because there's a lot of free minds, they're out there for sure, but we have to be vigilant. What if those 10% of the world that you look at as the weirdos and the fringe people?
The weirdos and the French people. The French are so weird that they got their own category.
What if it's you guys? You know, like just like how African Americans have been saying, I remember hearing about it, reading about it when I was 13. You know, that they get killed when they get pulled over by cops. And that would be like us saying, maybe, because someone said that to me in Germany recently. I said, this is like kind of what a woman experiences, and he said, maybe, waving his hands. I said, we have like a trillion PhDs in being a woman. Why? Because we're in our skin.
I'm sorry, I have absolutely nothing. I have no idea what she was talking about there.
And you know what's sad is because when you get sold as an idea, the other side thinks that's what you are. So everybody's responding to us primarily as an idea that's sold to them through imagery.
Women were a bad idea.
You know, Adam Sandler movies where you have Selma Hayek, Jessica Biel, Kate Beckinsale, these accomplished women with Adam Sandler, a slovenly slob whose shtick is wearing dirty pants and basically having a 2.2 IQ. But the message they send out is, you deserve this. And that directly, with all those young boys watching, leads to the idea of, I deserve that hot woman. No, you actually deserve a complex woman, but only if you two can match that.
No man will ever be able to match the complexity of a gender who thinks that shaving their eyebrows off and drawing them back on is a suitable solution to already having fucking eyebrows.
During World War II, each studio had served their rank. They served in the military. Their rank was ministers of propaganda. And they came to them after the war and they said, holy crap, women are out of the kitchen. What? Get back in. And that's when we started seeing Doris Day, like overdrive, vacuuming, everything. It is, once we put video with sound, images with sound, really have taken a fast, if you notice how fast the destruction of the world has gone, I know I'm tying things together, people are like, oh, it can't be responsible for all of that. Actually, it can. It really, really can.
Why is it so hard for you to just make sense?
There's that 2-year-old on Facebook, that video that went around, he's punching along with Rocky. 2. And everyone's like, isn't that cute? No, little Timmy there has just been stolen. You've just stolen what he is.
By allowing a child to act like a child, you are taking away the fact that they are a child.
And when you're talking about also, you're telling him what a man is, especially telling him what a white man is.
By letting him mimic boxing, we are telling him what a white man is. It's very interesting seeing as almost all of the greatest boxers from history were black.
And especially you're telling him how to feel. Why are sports so popular in a stupid country? Why? Because here, that's how men are the only time, traditionally, they're allowed to have an expression of energy or a release of energy. Unfortunately, it's in anger and aggression.
Yes, because we're men, and it's what we fucking do.
But it's a real Western societal interest, it's a real American problem. Worse than any other place, I bet, and I've been to a lot of places.
Sport is actually popular all throughout the world because it's part of human nature. Americans just televise it more. Go into the deepest, darkest jungle, find an uncontacted tribe, and throw them a football, and within minutes, they'll be kicking it around.
And I think when you come from a land with more time behind it, right? America keeps going, we're so young. No, we're not. White people are young to it, you dummies. America's not young, you just renamed it. You know what they did in the 20s? I thought this was the height of American hubris. They gave Native Americans citizenship. They gave Indians citizenship and called them Native. You know what I mean?
So, in other words, there was an extremely unfair problem, and they fixed it, and you seem to have a problem with that. I guess they should just never have bothered.
Like, that's the mentality we're dealing with, and they fight it on every level. They fight, I don't want the Redskins logo off this. Shut up. Shut up. Wah, your sports team is sad now.
One of the most counterproductive things that you do, Rose, is you constantly say that men's problems are irrelevant and that you do not care about men's problems, when all you do is complain about the fact that men don't care about women's problems. Why?
You know, the traditional shaming thing. What have we done, like, since Hester Prynne? Come on. And, like, since, you know, I don't know, someone called Mary in the Bible. They did the same thing to me that they did to Mary.
impregnated you through immaculate conception and then made you sleep in the stable with the donkeys?
Every interview was what a man did. So I understood the detail, the funneling, and the system of how we sell ideas to people. But you have to understand, it's not just the media. It was like how my family treated me based on coverage, because they're wrestling with, they kind of know me, but they think they know me more from what they see in the media because that's what they see. Same with any man or woman that I've ever been with. Anything, friends, it affected everything. It was, but the prison wasn't mine. You know, that's the whole thing. Unless you're actually behind bars, those bars aren't there, but we think they are. I was on Stephen Colbert last night, and he said, we were talking about, I was wearing a hoodie, and he said, oh, I wish I could wear that, I have to wear the suit. Because I was saying I hate suits. I feel like whenever I wear them, and I was thinking maybe men are cranky because of this, because you're like a T-Rex, your hands are like, you can't move. It's not fun, right?
Wearing suits gets me excited, because it means it's fucking showtime.
It's uncomfortable, and men don't like to be uncomfortable. They don't like itchy things, understandably. So that suit paradigm is stupid. And I said, well, what would happen to you if you didn't wear a suit? And he's like, I have to wear a suit just for as long as I'm like, but why? And he actually said, at the end, we were talking about it after, when the camera cut, and he's like, yeah, like kind of wonder, yeah, why do I have to wear a suit? Who says? Who made that rule? Who cares? They also made the rule that it was indiscriminate and okay to rape and sexually assault in Hollywood.
Well, that went from 0 to 100 pretty fucking fast.
It's also time to stop that. And the world. That's all.
You want to stop the world. Like I said earlier, this video didn't really have a point. It was just a gigantic word salad that made absolutely no sense at all. But maybe one day it will become useful. If it got used in an anti-drugs campaign.
It's Count Dankula on YouTube. Everybody should subscribe.